Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise today to speak about the growing GP crisis that we're experiencing in Bendigo and our towns and communities in Greater Bendigo. It's a crisis that we have not seen since 2004, when it was widely reported that GPs in Bendigo had closed their books. New people moving to our town could not access a GP and would quite often spend many mornings ringing around trying to get any appointment that they could. Deputy Speaker, here we are in 2019 and the crisis has reoccurred, and it is of this government's making that we now find ourselves in another GP crisis in Bendigo. But don't take my word for it, take the word of local GPs. Many who've spoken out in our local media recently about the growing crisis and the problems that we are experiencing. Take the words of Bendigo Community Health Services Director of Primary Health Care, Graham Kelly, who said that people in our community were being put at dramatic risk because of the GP shortage. He said that there was a real medical crisis on a number of fronts, putting pressure on bulk billing clinics. He said that two groups were affected: those who needed urgent attention, people who might have colds or flus, and those with chronic disease who couldn't get regular appointments to see GPs. Bendigo's primary care centre chief, Glenn, has also spoken out and said that there's an increased demand for healthcare in our region, but we are struggling to find new doctors. He said that the clinic is fully booked early each morning, and I would know because this is my own clinic and I also struggle to get appointments on the days that I require them. And I'm not alone in that. He said that they've been advertising for GPs for about 2 years with virtually no response. He went on to say that Bendigo's doctor shortage is becoming similar to what it was in 2004, when anyone who moved to the area could not get a doctor, and because most had closed their books. It's not just these bigger clinics that are struggling to attract GPs to the area. We have many of our smaller clinics who've also spoken out, whether they're in Woodend, Castlemaine, whether they're in Heathcote or in Bendigo. Creek Street Clinic has also spoken out about the struggle to attract new doctors, young doctors to Bendigo to practice general practice. At the end of the day, Deputy Speaker, it is our GPs and their day-to-day practice that help keep our communities healthy and keep the pressure off waiting rooms. Now, the government did make an announcement after much pressure from local GPs. It did look like we were going to be excluded from district workforce shortages list, meaning that we could not attract overseas doctors or new doctors to the area. But the government has seen that that was a mistake and has said that from July 1, 2019, the new health workforce classification system called the Distribution Priority Areas will commence, and Bendigo is on the list. This means that we will have recruits that are restricted to work in these areas. Overseas trained doctors and Australian bonded doctors will be encouraged to move to these areas if they wish to practice medicine. That is welcome. However, it is not the solution to our problem. What the GPs highlighted to me is the bigger problem that Bendigo has been changed its geographical classification. From January 1, 2020, bulk billing rebates will be reduced. They will be cut per patient. They'll be cut from $9.50 to $6.30. That starts to put real pressure on GPs and clinics. It means that the income that a full-time GP who bulk bills every patient will lose by about $400 a week. It will force more GPs to charge gap fees. We already have high gap fees for all their patients. And you know, Deputy Speaker, that once you charge a gap fee, you lose the bulk billing incentive. This will mean that less doctors will come to the area to set up and establish practices or take on roles in practices. We are not a wealthy area. While some areas are doing well, others aren't. The average income is less than $50,000 a year, meaning people will put off going to the GP. The crisis in Bendigo will worsen if the government is going to cut GP bulk billing incentives, and I urge them not to.